Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go now. 30 base. Let's go, let's go.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready? 10 Lobo. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, Delta. Shoot.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
I'm coming after you. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Smoke. No. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Let's go.
On first down, it's Robinson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Second and 9. Let's go. At the Raiders' 14-yard line. Protein spill. You better bring it. Hey, Mike's 50. I got one. Hit it.
They'll look to throw here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Jet bomber. You don't want it. Check 4. Kill. Hey. High 7. Hey. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards there and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ready. Check, 59, 59. No chance. Check 9, check 9. Topper. Check 31, check 31.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7.
2nd and 3. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Shoot.
They'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll drop the throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready to break.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Joker. Watch the safety creep. 36.
Hey, exit. Now.
They run. Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Go now. 8-3. Hey, Wahoo. X3, 218, chopper.
Hey, they scared. Let's go, Mike.
2nd and 11. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 4.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more.
Got it. Recon, 132 fighter.
Mike 50.
Yes. Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, 50 to Mike. Target.
61, matchbox lights. Bravo.
50. All day.
Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
I got it.
General West. Now.
Motion.
Hey, orbit.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion, man. Mike's 50. Watch the curl. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to Robinson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Chopper! Go!
Comes to me, it's me. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
You draw corkers.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Ready, set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 2. Steps and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it's third down. 3rd and 6.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Ready up.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 26, check 26, check.
Now a give, right side. It's Robinson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Greystone, Travis.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Hey, Charlie.
Minus 50. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Snap.
Back to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Let's go. 50, plant. X3. 218, jump. Rock it. Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Mike, check, 59.
Go.
Check. Big dad.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Raiders first down.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will knot things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check out now. Hot. 61, matchbox lights. Slam.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half, and they came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big gain.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
25, check 25, check 25. Check 13, check 13. Check. Hey, high 7. Ready.
They'll run it now with Robinson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
50, check back 50.
Topper!
Crash. Watch twist. Back.
Go.
On second down, it's Robinson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Looking to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Don't be scared of it.
Check. Hey, exit.
Check.
Get it.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Hey, foxtrot.
Here we go. March 50.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Bravo.
50, Mike, 50. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, 50.
Hey.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Mike's 50.
Hey, Alpha.
50.
Back to throw here. It's caught by OBJ. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey, orbit.
Hey, look. Mike's 50. Ready? 50's the mic. Watch the run. Hey, Mike.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Ready.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
Check right 54, line 54. Check tight. Hey, switch gears.
Look at me, zipper.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense... certainly did its part to got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
90 Wolf.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
61, matchbox lights. Snap.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Protein spill. Hey, Haywood.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's complete to Robinson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On second down, it's Robinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. They'll run here with Robinson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Tighten up. Hey, mine's 50, mine's 50. Try to do better. Come on, QB, come on. 50's the mic.
Hey! Hey, Charlie!
Mine's 50, mine's 50. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Here's 2nd and 8. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Yes, yes. Hey, Delta.
Tight dog. Wide, get wide. Check.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Switch.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Echo.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, lock it.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
64,
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here we go.
5.
He can't hang.
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Quickstone, travel.
Don't get nervous.
He's coming.
Hey, high 7. Now.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is caught by Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Hey, seam 6. Go.
50. Rabbit. Undercrush.
Go.
On 1st down, Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Ready, break.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Hey, zoom. Snap.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 59 yards.
Hey, exit. I'm going back to you. Check 52 to Mike. Check 50.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Raiders 10.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
You're out. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 50, check 50.
On the run, it's Robinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
Bravo. On the ball.
Hey, let's get that ball, P. Let's get that ball right here.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a give, right side, Robinson. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
It's 4th down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Topper!
Exit!
Hey, Alpha!
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
59. Touchdown, defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Now a desperation throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep
Hey, Orbit.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Browns, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers.